Hey my toy friends, it's me Kayla back with another video, and I wanted to do a quick haul of things that I got not thrifted. I know usually I do the thrift hauls, but occasionally I get things that are not from thrift stores and I'm not really sure where to put them, and I had a little bit of time this morning, so I thought I would make a video for all of my wonderful subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so very much. I know I don't upload consistently. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so the first not thrifted place I went was actually my son's preschool. It's at a church and they do a yard sale, and one day I went to pick him up and his teacher was like, so everything that's left over from the yard sale is outside. If you want to go pick through it, the thrift store is going to come get it. Take whatever you want. So I gave it a few days. I let the other parents look and I waited. And a couple days later, I went and kind of picked through everything, and I was able to find a few things. And the first thing I found was this Hamburglar from the cactus plant collab. I didn't have him, and if you saw my thrift haul, it's either the last one or the one before, I found Birdie and Grimace at the thrift store. So I think this is all of them. I already had Cactus a few times over because he was the only one that we ever got during that time. And then the other thing I was so excited for was 2 Beanie Baby magazines and 2 Beanie Baby collector's guides, all from the 90s. I don't think I have these, which, I mean, how many collector's guides do you really need? But whenever I find them, I always pick them up. This one is the Summer 99 edition, and this one is the second original Green Book guide. So I'm curious to see, this one's by Checkerbee, and obviously this one's by Green Book, so we'll see what's up, you know, if there's any difference in these editions and the other guidebooks that I already have. But I was very excited for the magazines. These are so much fun to look through. Like, have you ever seen the Barbie Bazaar magazines? It's kind of like that for Beanie Babies. Like, the back is just ads, like yellow pages. But the front, you know, they'll have some articles and they'll have ads for other collectibles. When I was, I want to say in 97, my aunt gifted me a Beanie Baby for my birthday, and she gave me one of these magazines with it. And I remember my stepmom saying, like, she has wore out that magazine. She looks at it. I think she likes it better than the Beanie Baby, because I would just sit and look cover to cover at all the wonderful collectibles along with the Beanie Babies. Like, that's a very special memory. So you can imagine how excited I was when I found these collector's magazines. And you know, it's funny because I've been looking for a Jean doll, and I was telling Justin about how in my magazine I saw the Jean dolls and I just thought they were so beautiful and so glamorous. And sure enough, the very first ad in this Beanie Baby magazine is the Jean doll. I mean, can you imagine, like, I don't know, I think I was in the 5th grade. So what, 11, 12? I don't know. Like a little Gayla seeing that beautiful Jean doll. Like, I was just awestruck, and I've always wanted one. I'm just cheap. I haven't found one that I want to pay for. But I'm looking. At some point, I'm going to get one. Anyway, I can't wait to go through these. I'm so excited. Okay, enough about that. So that was it for the free stuff. And then one day, I was out and about and popped into an antique store that's local that I really like. My favorite used bookshop has a booth area in the antique store. So I was poking through there and I found a Christopher Pike book. This is The Secret Path from the Spooksville line. I don't think I have any of these. I just saw Christopher Pike, obviously 90s, YA, neon. I was very excited. And this one's published by Pocket Books. It says it's a minstrel book. Let's see what year. 1995. So yeah, I was excited to add that one to my collection. So I got that one from Southern Bound Books, which is my favorite used bookstore. And then there was another booth that is a toy seller, and I always like seeing what they have. I think they pick up a lot from the same places that I thrift at, which is fine. I'm not like a scarcity person. I think I've said this before. I just feel like there's enough for everybody. If you have a scarcity mindset, then you're going to experience scarcity. But if you believe that there's enough for everybody, you know, and keep an open mind and be positive, then it's going to be okay. You know, it's not a competition out there. They also find things, you know, not from thrift stores. I don't know where they get their stuff, but they always have doll clothes, which is really exciting for me. And a lot of times they have vintage doll clothes. And that's what I found at their booth. So I found this vintage dress. You see, maybe 60s. It has metal snaps. It's got the little Swiss dots and rickrack. Got a little piping bias tape kind of liner, you know, like a fit and flare kind of day dress, you know, vintage. And it's like this like mustardy color. Sorry about the light. And then I also found this one, which is probably from the 50s, maybe from the 60s, but I'm thinking 50s. Just because like party dresses looked like this in the 50s. So it's this beautiful like baby pink with a tulle mesh overlay. Just really pretty. It also has the metal snaps. I believe this one's homemade. I think both of these are. I'm not sure. I mean, back then, most clothes were homemade. Even like the Jenny doll, the Vogue Jenny doll, those clothes were homemade. What they actually did was contracted housewives and home seamstresses to sew the Jenny dresses. And even though technically Jenny dresses are mass produced, they are homemade. The early Jenny dresses are, which is really cool. And that's why you see like variations in prints and cuts, but also like you'll see the same cut of dress in different prints, or you'll see the same print on different cuts of dresses. I thought that was really neat when I found that out. And then the last thing I picked up at that antique store was this piece of vintage doll furniture. I can see the light coming through the top, but it's pretty sturdy. It's wood. I got this for $11. The booth was having a sale. $11. And I thought this would be good for like my American Girl dolls, but I don't think the scale is quite right. I think this is actually like a little bit smaller, but that's okay because it's still really cool. I've got like a little doll size tea set that I can put the little dishes up here. I also have like these tin toys. Like I have this washing machine. You know, not quite the same scale, but I just love dolly things. I love the vintage dolly things, and I just wasn't going to leave it because that was a steal of a deal, in my opinion. The drawers do work. I think this is handmade. You know, somebody's pawpaw made this for them. It's really sweet. And my mom actually had a hutch kind of like this that my sister has now. Like same type of wood. Anyway, that was it for the antique store. And then when I left there, I went by my library to see what used books they had, and I picked up a couple of books. I got another Amelia's Notebook. I collect these. I loved Amelia's Notebook when I was in 5th grade, 6th grade, like that age. Before American Girl got the franchise. So whenever I see Amelia's Notebook, I always pick them up because I did love them when I was younger. And then another one, I saw Alien Christmas, and then I got to looking at it by the Kyoto Brothers. Sorry about the glare. It's still got the library plastic, but yeah. So the Kyoto Brothers were the makers of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie, and they also did the practical effects, the trolls, for Ernest Scared Stupid. And you know, I love Ernest. They actually repurposed some of the clowns to make like the troll children in Ernest Scared Stupid. So I just thought that was really bizarre that they did like a kid's book, but it's about Alien Christmas. So I haven't read it yet, and the blurb is by Ray Bradbury, which is really cool. So yeah, I think this was maybe $25 or less. Like, I love my library's used book section. I love it. I try to check it as much as I can. And because there's a library system here, like, you know, there's at least one in every town, but they're all part of the same library system. So if I am in, you know, my hometown over in Pascagoula, I'll go see what used books they have. Sometimes I'll go to the one in Ocean Springs. Sometimes I'll go to the one in St. Martin. They have one in Moss Point. They have one up in Hurley, I believe. Maybe not. But anyway, yeah, there's a library in every town, and they all have a used book sale room. So go to your local library, check out the used book sale. You're going to find some deals. Anyway, that was it for my not thrifted haul. Let me know what you liked, what you thought. Have you found anything cool lately? Let's have a conversation down in the comments. It feels good to be sitting down and talking to my friends and filming today. I'm not going to lie. So here in America, Thanksgiving is less than a week away. You know, we don't have to celebrate colonies. We don't have to celebrate bad things from history. We can celebrate eating delicious food with the people we love. So let's focus on the positive and have a good week. Have some wonderful fellowship with the people that we love. And I want you to remember that the world is a better place with you here in it, and you matter. By the way, I like you just the way you are. Yeah, tune in next time, and I'll see you then. Bye.